Good morning, everyone. Happy Thursday. Hope you're all having a wonderful morning so far. I had to whip out my WITN jacket. I'm a little bit chilly in here, which means it's also pretty chilly outside. But now that the sun is kind of coming out, I'm sure that the weather, it's warming up just a tad.
Just a little bit out there. I know we're gradually getting out of those 50s this morning here. So again, not looking too bad for today. Probably the coolest day we've had in at least the last couple days anyway.
Yeah, especially because after yesterday, I know I went outside for just a little bit and things felt very humid out there, something that I wasn't ready to be out there and enjoying again. Not really enjoying, I wasn't enjoying it. It was sweaty out there.
You walked out there, and I was out there doing some walking yesterday. I said, I don't know if I can do this. This is just but.
I know, it gave me flashbacks to the summer. Even though it wasn't as hot as the summertime, it's still that humidity. Sounds like today is going to be really nice. The humidity will be coming back for a few days into the weekend. You
got it. And then it's going to go back and drop again next week.
Okay, yeah. So it'll be short-lived.
Yeah.
But before we dive into the rest of your forecast, Dustin, we do have a story about Halloween. Halloween is just a few weeks away, and I'm sure many of you have been seeing many of the Halloween stores popping up around town. I know that there's one down the road, there's another one not a few blocks away. So it's really getting to that time of year where you're getting the costumes, you're getting the decorations, you're getting all of the accessories for Halloween in just a few weeks. And one of the things that people are kind of concerned about this year, especially because Consumer Reports have been showing that this is going to be a record-breaking year for Halloween sales, and a lot of that can also contribute to tariffs. The prices are getting higher due to tariffs out there, a lot of things coming in from other countries that are being imported into the United States. So we actually spoke to a local Halloween store owner just about the tariffs, what they're seeing so far, and just kind of what sales are looking like in the weeks leading up to Halloween. So let's take a look.
Higher costs. It's something that frightens many. And as tariff trouble continues, a festive Halloween may be harder to afford this year.
So I'm trying to find an affordable costume.
According to a new National Retail Federation survey, 79% of Halloween shoppers expect prices to be higher this year due to tariffs. High school senior Ava Giddis says it's the first year she's buying her own Halloween costume, and the price tags have been shocking.
Using my own money, it actually snapped into reality of how expensive things are, so I'm trying to find cute things that are cheaper.
Tariffs have increased prices across the board for many Americans and businesses. Halloween Express owner Lisa Cartwright says some imported goods for the spooky holiday have been impacted by the tariffs.
A lot of the licensed items that came from overseas, and those are ones that they're not, the prices are set, so that is definitely an issue.
But Cartwright says customers won't pay the difference.
We're locally owned, so we're able to do the prices that we want to do. So of course we're obviously here to make money and make everyone have a great time. But we also were very aware of that when we were pricing our items.
And shoppers aren't letting higher prices get in the way of having some Halloween fun. The consumer survey says around 73% of shoppers plan to celebrate the holiday.
Yeah, I know we have a big Halloween show here. A lot of our talent and all of our producers are really excited to dress up, have their costumes ready to go. But yeah, sometimes I'm looking on the internet trying to find a costume, especially over the last few years.
Sure.
And they just keep going up in price. You're like, oh, I don't know if I want to spend that much money for one night of fun. I know growing up, my brothers, they've been costume repeaters.
Okay.
They've been wearing the same costume over and over.
I got you. That's me.
So that could be maybe a good thing to do.
I always go with the classic Harry Potter because I've got my college robe when I graduated, and you got to do all that. Or I've been a security guard. I've done some sort of safety person.
Yeah, I always think it's kind of fun that you're able to dress up with some of the things you already own. I think that's fun, and also making your own costume is also a fun thing. That's something that I used to do. My sister and I, we would make our costumes.
Yeah.
They were always a little bit silly, but they were fun to make.
And it makes the fun of it. Instead of going to the costume, well, here's the generic Jason or the Freddy Krueger or whatever. You go out there and you could be three things in one. You never know.
Yeah, why not? All right, Dustin, so let's talk about the forecast now.
Yeah, well, it's not a spook yet, but it will be getting there this weekend, no doubt about. Those temperatures, bone chilling, some would say, you know.
Yeah, I would say.
It feels nice out there, yeah, compared to where we were yesterday morning. It definitely starting out in the 50s, out in some 60s out there, no doubt about. But overall, though, not feeling too terrible, but you kind of see the drop in the temperature changes from yesterday, about almost 20 degrees cooler for a lot of places, 15, 20 degrees cooler out there as well. So overall, we're dealing with that. The dry air is here, a lot of 40, 50 degree dew points popping up on the map. So a little bit of a different scenery, about 20 to almost 25 degrees cooler here with the humidity change. So really that cold front did a number on us as we went through this morning and last night. And now today the winds is going to be the theme here for a lot of locations. That wind is going to hold steady for us for several days on, and no change to the forecast with that, unfortunately, there. Right now, the Washington camp, we're looking pretty quiet right now, not much happening out there. Our Pirate camp, I think a lot of students are on fall break, which is appropriate because it feels like fall outside.
Absolutely.
So they're on fall break this weekend. Of course, just keep that in mind. If you're around town or if you're elsewhere, whatever you're doing, just be safe outside with the rain. Quiet on the radar for now, but that shower is moving out towards the coastal South Carolina, moving up our way. That'll be our coastal low with that too. Latest update on the tropics. Our 8 a.m. advisory came in. Tropical Storm Jerry holding as tropical storm status, passing by the Lesser Antilles Islands, and forecast to become a Category 1 storm and stay in that way. It looks like as it makes a sharp right U-turn back out to sea there. And again, this area is still holding at a 10% chance. Right now it's a low subtropical system, so it does not pose a threat to our land. If any development is possible, the United Kingdom, Spain, portions of Portugal could be seeing some impacts sometime into next week. But overall though, thankfully staying quiet with the tropics here, lots of sunshine. 50s become 60s, become 70s, so not looking too bad outside. Some clouds along our coastline getting up in the upper 60s and low 70s. As we go towards the rest of the afternoon, looking pretty good. Some clouds blending on in with some sunshine, not looking too bad. Clouds do increase for us as we go towards tonight, maybe a light sprinkle or shower here or there. Looking good Friday morning. Similar to this morning, we may see some upper 40s possible if we can get those winds to relax. For some of you, we'll see the sunshine and turn to partly cloudy to mostly cloudy skies throughout the day. Maybe a stray shower here or there. Again, those winds continue to come out of the north and northeast at 20 to 30 miles along the coast, 10 to 15 for our inland location. So breezy conditions really get going here as we go towards the weekend, and probably not going to be the prettiest weekends by no means, unfortunately. Those higher gusts between 30 and 40 miles an hour along the coast, 20 to 30 inland. So definitely something to watch out for. Again, power outages are a possibility, so just keep that in mind, especially heading into Saturday. When all is said and done, our rainfall amounts a good 1 to 2 inches of what we're looking at right now. Maybe some higher amounts possible, but again, those will be very isolated in between. Forecast though, again, a little unsettled this weekend. Other than that, next week looks pretty nice and cool.
All right, so good to hear that today we're looking pretty good, and tomorrow as well, partly cloudy, but still not a big issue. It's this weekend is what's really going to be kind of a concern, especially if you had any plans to be outside this weekend, especially maybe Saturday afternoon, Sunday throughout the day. Maybe you want to get anything that you want done in your yard or anything Saturday morning before that rain kicks in.
I say, yeah, about 10, 11 o'clock, inland locations. Coastal spots, though, we'll see the rain start to be early right on sunrise. Okay. So coastal locations, maybe we're going to get stuff done tomorrow or maybe pre-sunrise if you want to get up early like we get up on the weekends. But I will say, though, the winds, that's the only issue. If these winds were coming in, it would just be a solid, just a regular rain event.
Yep. All right, well, thank you, Dustin, for the update, and thank you, everyone, for joining us this morning. I think we do have someone in our comments. Yes. Susan from Stumpy Point, thank you so much for joining us this morning. Charlie's going to be back at 9 a.m. for another news and weather update, but thanks for joining us. Thanks for being here with us on this Thursday morning. I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day.
This hour of the WITN First Alert Desk is sponsored by Toyota of Goldsboro.